everyone, this is Alex from Reliable Canine Training. I want to talk about e-collars. Some people call them shock collars, some people call them all types of names. I can't think of them all, but mostly people call them shock collars. And that could be for a variety of reasons. Some people don't know what they really do, and some people don't like the tool no matter what it can do, and they just want to call it a shock collar to create this emotional response in other people. So whatever you call it, I just want to go ahead and put it out there. This is impossible to use to shock a dog with. You cannot shock your dog with this. There's no electric shock that comes out of these. These are your little contact points that go up against the dog's skin. And think about it. If you could shock a dog like this, if you could shock a dog with an e-collar, how is it that you can engage the collar in a body of water and the dog still lives? How is it that I'm able, and a lot of other people are able to take their dog swimming and engage the collar if they need to, and the dog lives? Think about that. So you can kill your dog with a hot wire fence. You can't kill your dog with this. So I'm not going to get into this big, rant about it, but, I just kind of wanted to put that out there and maybe give some people who are maybe on the fence about it a little bit some extra pieces of advice to help them choose the right collar for them. And, so the company I get my e-collars from is eCollar Technologies. Their website is ecollar.com. You can also check them out on Facebook at ecollartechnologies.com. And this particular model is really nice because it has up to 100 levels. So if you turn this little dial right here, you can go all the way up. It says high on the screen right there. High is 100. You can go all the way down to 0. So you have up to 100 levels to use on your dog. It's super, super versatile. They do have other models for dogs who are a little bit harder tempered and maybe they need a little bit more juice behind the collar. But this particular model right here is really good for a lot of dogs. So not all. Like I said, you will have some dogs who are a little bit harder and they need to go up a level. But, I've been able to use the TS model on, the majority of dogs just fine. So super versatile, very comfortable for the dog, and you can use it on all types of breeds. So I have a little 8-pound Chihuahua that I've used it on, and I've also used it on dogs who are well over 100 pounds. So, and don't get fooled by the size of the dog. You have some dogs who are super tiny, and, you need to use a higher level for them than you would a dog who's huge. So it really just depends on the individual dog. So the reason why I'm suggesting people go ahead and spend the extra money. When people look at e-collars, one of the things they have a habit of doing is getting the cheapest one they can find. If it's 20 or 30 bucks, they'll buy it and they think that's good enough. And what happens is most of those collars, or all of those collars, don't have the versatility that, let's say, one like this does. You can go up to 100 different levels with this, and you have all types of other nice features. I think this one goes up to, if I remember correctly, half a mile or a mile. I think this one is a half a mile, so your dog can get a half a mile away from you, and you have all that range to call them back. Okay, your cheaper collars usually typically only have a few levels, like maybe 7 to 10 levels, maybe 15, but you don't have the versatility like you would with one of these. So go ahead and spend the extra money, even if you have to save it for it now. It's probably going to cost you around 200 bucks for one of these. And like I said, if you don't spend the money now on a good model collar, you're going to end up spending the money anyway, because you're going to find out that the cheaper models don't work. The other collars are 20 and 30 bucks are that cheap for a reason. So cheaper is not always better in this case. a common issue people have, another issue people have is putting one of these on their dog, and the dog sometimes get really sensitive to these contact points being up against the skin. They can also get irritated skin from having this collar on for too long. And if you have like a pitty or, you know, another dog like that with really sensitive skin, you want to make sure that you're giving their skin time to breathe in between. So always make sure, no matter what the dog is, make sure that you are rotating the collar every few hours. I'd say every 3 to 6 hours you want to rotate it. So if the collar is on this side of the neck, in a few hours you want to rotate it to this side. Okay? Some people also put the collar on the back of the dog's neck. I've never done that, but I've heard it works, so you can try that too. But regardless, however you're going to have it, just make sure that you're rotating it to allow each side of the neck to breathe, and you're allowing the skin to breathe and all that. So you will get some dogs, you know, some people have seen some dogs with what appear to be holes or rashes or whatever from these contact points, and everyone says they're burn marks. They're not burn marks. They're basically pressure sores from this collar sitting up against the skin for so long. It's constantly pressing up against the skin, and it has no time to breathe. So that's why you want to make sure that you are switching sides. And these contact points also come in titanium. You can get them like in a hypoallergenic material, I believe. I believe the titanium is hypoallergenic. I'll look that up, but I think it is. So if you have a dog that has sensitive skin, you can tell them that you want to replace regular contact points for the hypoallergenic contact points. And they'll go ahead and include those with your order. I think it's a few bucks extra, but you know, it's really not that bad. So I will be doing another video on fitting your dog with the e-collar. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is make sure it's a snug fit. It's a snug fit, and it's going on either side of the dog's neck, like that. And, you know, you want to make sure it's you know, snug. So you don't want to be able to slide it all the way around the dog's neck, and you don't want the collar to keep sliding down. So when you put this on your dog, make sure that it's snug enough to stay in place, basically. And actually, let me see if I can do it now. For demonstration purposes, why not? So, this is my neck. And as you can see, I'm holding it because it's not fastened, but as you can see, I can't move it. And that is the right fit. If I were able to slide it all the way around, the collar would be way too big. So, okay, so that is it. And hopefully, you know, if you guys are, you know, considering getting an e-collar, this will help you. Like I said, I would recommend checking out e-collar technologies. You can also look at Dogtra, although I don't have first-hand experience with Dogtra, so I'm letting you know what I've used and what, you know, what's worked for me and many other people. But, you know, check out Dogtra as well if you'd like. But hopefully this will help some of you guys. All right, talk to you later.